Okay, so we're recording again.
Yeah, we're rolling. All right,
Okay.
so basically, I'm about to give you a set of random questions. This
Okay.
is the second time we've done this, so you're number two here. We're just
Okay.
trying something different.
Hmm.
Um, I'm going to fire them off.
Okay.
Answer them however you prefer.
Okay.
All right. Let me see. Let's get this thing started. Um, what do you dislike most about men?
Bad hygiene.
Okay. When was the last time you cried uncontrollably,
Today.
and why? If I may ask.
You want to know why?
Yeah.
Because someone was asking me about. I was talking on the phone with someone. I'm doing something with another media platform, and they asked me about what is my brand, and they asked me, something else or the other, and what is my audience, and what is my brand, and I'm like, my brand is me, never giving up, perseverance. Like, do you know where I've been, where I've come from, how I got to where I am? My story is my brand. My music is just the icing on the cake. And I said to him that, you know, I know a lot of people probably have my same story, but not everybody is me. And when I started talking about it, I started crying. When I got off the phone with him, I let it go. But I was like on the phone, like, so, with that cry voice, holding it in. But as soon as I got off the phone with him, I bawled. So yeah, that's why I called today. Cried
Gotcha.
today.
What's your favorite film?
My favorite movie is Step Brothers.
Okay, that's I haven't heard that before. That's I love that movie. That's a great movie. All right, what's the weirdest thing that you like to eat?
Oh my gosh. I have to say this out loud to people. Okay. So I eat lemons and I put Kool-Aid and salt on it.
And where did that come from?
My aunties growing up. So I take, oh God, I am not a weirdo, I promise. So I take the Kool-Aid and I mix it with a little bit of sugar. Mm, I love grape and I like pink lemonade and lemonade too. So sometimes I'll mix like grape and lemonade together. Amazing. So I make my lemon real, real, real soft, cut the top off, and I have my little Kool-Aid like in a bowl or a bag or something. And then I take my lemon, dip it in the Kool-Aid, and I take my salt, just pour a little bit over it and eat it. Do all night.
Okay. What's your
Oh gosh.
let
I
me see.
promise I'm not weird. I might be.
What's your favorite place to visit?
Destin, Florida.
Favorite restaurant?
Hmm. My favorite restaurant would have to be. Eek, that's a hard one. Hmm. Kempai. Kempai is like a low budget Benihana,
Okay.
but it's just as good, just cheaper.
Um, Name a place that you haven't been yet that you would love to go to.
Paris.
I've been to Paris. It's nice,
You
nice.
have?
Yeah,
I
army,
want to go.
military.
That's right.
That's one of the perks.
Mm-hmm.
Early on in life, probably old enough to remember. But I was definitely young,
Mm-hmm.
probably 9 or 10 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, but Eiffel Tower, we did do that. It was awesome. Europe
Okay.
is great.
Mm-hmm.
Asia is where I want to go that I haven't been yet.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be real dope.
Okay.
All right. You know, how do you feel about the current relationship between men and women?
Sucks. I feel like 35 and under. say 33 and under. Guys have it figured out. Love.
They haven't.
They have it figured out.
They do have it.
Guys like 34, 35. Once they start getting 35 and over, if they're still single, especially down here, they can forget it. It sucks.
I think I can agree.
A little bit. There's a little bit. Most of the couples that I see are young. Older couples that I encounter, I don't even know why they're together.
That's interesting, though.
I don't even know why y'all together.
It's interesting take. I do see it, though. People in their 40s, early 40s, a lot of them still operating like they're,
midlife crisis.
Still having some of those issues. What do you think about a lot of the women's mindset in regard to, there's a lot of arguments online in reference to, for example, there's a meme out there right now with a guy he said he spent $100 and something on a first date, and that's caused a big controversy. What's your take on whether or not somebody should spend that much money on a first date?
I think that's really small-minded of both parties. Like, how much money you spend on a date should not matter. I mean, first of all, dating is expensive for anybody. And I understand that. Like, the last date I went out on, not the last one, the one before that, he spent like $200 and something. And we just went to a regular, we didn't even go to like an extravagant place. This is what we would just eat, and so I understand it could be expensive, but we could have had just as good of a time that we did there in an ice cream parlor, or going to some little mom and pop place in downtown Decatur or East Atlanta Village or somewhere like that. You got to take me to these nice expensive restaurant stuff. Like, that's like, if somebody is still on that in 2021, then the person that's trying to date them might need to rethink that, dating that person, because that's just silly to me. Like, how much money you spend on a date has nothing to do with nothing. As it relates to me, I would prefer that you put more thought into where you're taking me, opposed to taking me somewhere that everyone else goes because it's expensive. It's a lot of cute little places, intimate little places that you can go that's so cute, and it's like, oh, how did you find this? I would prefer that other than trying to be impressed by how much money someone spent on a date.
Right. Mm-hmm. Now, being someone who has, you say you did get COVID, what were your thoughts, especially considering you said early on when did you say March. The first time? March. Mm-hmm. That was right when the pandemic kicked off. So people's mindsets were a little bit different, catching it early than they were like now. What went through your mind during that point?
Oh, I thought I was going to die. My father had passed away not long before that. So I was like, so my dad passes away, God, and then you're going to make me die too? That's what I was thinking, literally. And so I made sure my insurance was good. I had sent a message to my mom and my daughters telling them who I wanted to have what, I gave my mom all my bank account information. I mean, I literally thought I was going to die because everybody that was getting it was dying, according to television. So it was tough. I hadn't prayed that hard for that long in all of my life. I think I prayed myself out of that. So, but that was my first thing. I thought I was dying. I thought my life was over.
Now, the second time, was it better or worse?
The second time I wasn't scared.
Okay.
I wasn't scared. I was more pissed off. What the hell? Here I am. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't doing nothing. I know people who party, go out to eat all the time. Don't wear masks. Don't give a damn about masks. And none of them people are getting it. And I get it twice? The hell? How does that happen? And a lot of people don't even believe me. Like, some people was like, are you sure you had it the first time? I'm like, I don't have to prove to you that I had it. Nobody wants to say, oh, I had COVID. I'm not trying to get attention out here. It's just something that happened. You just happen to find out about it because you asked, you know. The second time I was more pissed off than I was scared. Like, how in the hell did I get COVID again? Okay. So the second time though, I got treatment. I got steroid shots in my blood. I got steroid medication that they gave me. They gave me all kind of stuff. And I feel like the treatment is what really got me over that hurdle of the things that I experienced the first time. The first time it was horrible. I didn't have no treatment, no nothing. But this time it was like, okay, I had the treatment. Even though I experienced a lot of the symptoms and things like that, I'm still having side effects from it. Still, all these months later. And but I was more pissed off the second time than I was scared.
Now, with that being said, how do you feel about the vaccine?
I'm on the fence. A lot of my mom, my grandmothers, my uncles, my sister, a lot of people that I know have taken the vaccine. I don't know. I'm on the fence. Like, I talk to people, you know, I work in the public, so my clients, and they tell me, you know, how they feel about it and stuff like that. So I'm really on the fence. Part of me feels like it's a good thing, you know, technology nowadays, you don't have to wait years and years to see if something is going to work because of technology nowadays. They can come up with stuff and know the cause and effect right away. Then the other part of me is thinking about I Am Legend, the movie. Because, you know, every movie Will Smith plays in somehow becomes a reality. Right. So I'm like, we ain't lived I Am Legend yet. So I'm like, is this I Am Legend? So, you know, but that's just the craziness in my head. But I'm on the fence about the vaccine. I really am.
All right. Over the last 10 years, what's your favorite memory?
My favorite memory over the last 10 years would have to be... I had a big birthday. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. You know, I'm gonna drop all this fear and this insecurities, right? That's what Love Train is about. My 40th birthday. So, you know, I'm 40 something. So my 40th birthday was so epic. It was so fun. I had a whole weekend of events, and my family came down here, had some friends here. We had so much fun every night from the time we woke up to the time we went to sleep. It was just, my mom was partying with me. It's the first time me and my mom like party together. And it was just fun. So my 40th birthday.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Are you a reader?
I read the Bible.
Okay.
I don't read a lot. No, I listen. I don't read with my eyes. I do a lot of audio stuff. So yeah.
All right.
I even read the Bible audio.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Have you ever been skiing?
Never.
Are you a person who enjoys that type of activity?
I would do it. If I've never done it, but I would do it.
Now, is there anything within that category that you have done? Skiing,
tubing.
Yeah, any.
I've been tubing, and that was scary at first, because you know you're on a river. But my niece went with me, and when I tell you, she made it so funny that I couldn't even be scared. My daughter, I laughed so hard at her. I laughed so hard that I couldn't even be scared. So I am a scaredy cat. I will try stuff, but yeah, no, I'm not bungee jumping. It's not going to happen. I'm not going in the middle of the ocean on a little Canoeing out. Not doing that. I don't even want a jet ski. Tried it, not for me.
Oh, so you can swim?
Well, I can swim, but I don't trust water. I told you I'm a scaredy cat.
Now I don't have a problem with, well, I do now, because I haven't, I hadn't swum in so long. But early on, when I used to swim a lot, my problem was never the swimming, because I learned how to swim in preschool. But it's the ocean that I'm afraid of.
Yeah, boom, there, we right here. Same thing with me.
Because there's nothing you can do in the water when all types of aliens is down there. And
literally,
literally, like some of those sea creatures look like legit. I think those are the aliens of this world.
No.
But
I almost drowned once. I can laugh about it now, but I thought I could swim. I'm like, I'm gonna go swimming. I'm in Barbados. I went to Barbados and I'm swimming in the pool, and it wasn't nothing but 6 feet. But I'm 5'5", 5'6", whatever. But I'm swimming, and they always say, like, all you gotta do is calm down if you feel like you're going, and then just float. And then if you float and you're not moving, then kick. So I calmed down, I floated, well, didn't move. So I started kicking. I was just kicking in place. I was like, wait a minute, I'm about to die. So somebody rolled past me. I opened my eyes. Never opened my eyes underwater before, but I did that day. Opened my eyes. It was a lady going by on a float. I grabbed her float and was able to pull myself up. And the lady couldn't swim. So we both out there crazy. But somebody had to come in, rescue us in a little pool. A little 6 feet. It was like 6 feet in the middle. Like, it was like not that deep, really. Gotcha. But I was so embarrassed.
All right, now, women go through quite a bit as a whole, especially when it comes to relationships. Now, being that I'm not a woman, I don't see this as much, because one thing that I always say when women say, the way men treat them, the guys who aren't like that should check those men. Do you agree with that? Like if a man is being disrespectful, then other guys should, or they. I see this a lot online where people say, like guys who are rapists, your friends are condoning that behavior because they're not checking you for that. Have you ever heard that before?
Yeah.
Or do you feel that way? Well, one thing that I always say is that I don't think that's a conversation that men have amongst each other. Guys aren't going to their male friends saying that I mistreat women in that way. For the most part,
right,
it's not something that we have those type of conversations. Now, a guy may tell his friend that, I cheated on my girlfriend. He may say something like that, but it's never, that is extreme. So I do like for women to understand that we don't sit there and have those conversations. So if a man is treating his wife at home or his girlfriend at home, where he's putting his hands on her and things of that nature, a lot of times the friends don't know that. Okay. But with that being said, I do see a lot of women are posting their DMs, and the type of things that men say to them in their DMs. So what are you getting those type of DMs? And if so, what types of things are they saying?
Oh, somebody just sent me a DM asking me to sing to them while I sit somewhere.
And was that a person that you know?
No.
See,
I get all kind of stuff like that. I mean, I get pictures of, at one, and I hate to turn my messenger. I hate to turn messenger off. I hate to not go in my DMs, especially now, because I'm, I put out my music and stuff, and that's pretty much how people communicate with you if they're not like commenting on your pictures and stuff, or videos. But at one point, I had turned my messenger off because of the stuff that I was getting in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's disrespectful. It's rude. Even some people that I know have sent me pictures of their private. And it don't bother me because I'm like, you just don't know. That's not gonna move me at all. Matter of fact, you'll never hear from me again. Like, block. Thank you. Block. Delete. Like, it doesn't bother me, but I know some people that it really bothers. It does bother me that a lot of, well, I'm not gonna say a lot, but just from what I see, men don't check other men. And I think it's cultural. A lot of times we've been taught to mind our own business because, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's a chair, folks. It's not me. So we've been taught to mind our own business. You know what I mean? So people do that. A lot of times, women go back to men that abuse them in any kind of way. A lot of times men stay with women that abuse them in any kind of way. So a lot of times culturally we mind our business. You know what I'm saying? Now other people will call you out. I've seen white people go up to a black mama spanking her baby in the store and be like, hey, you shouldn't be spanking him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think culturally with African Americans, we tend to just mind our own business because nobody says nothing. Now, what social media has done though, it has made a lot of people get a lot of kahunas. Like, they say what they want on social media, especially if it's on a stranger's page. And sometimes they say what they want on people that they know page because they have this courage all of a sudden to speak and say whatever they want, what they want. But a lot of times I feel like when people don't check men, especially men that have a big platform that are influencing other men or influencing women, when they're not being checked, I feel like the people that are not saying nothing probably feel the same way or agree with them in some way. So they don't really feel the need to check them because deep down they really feel the same way.
That's an interesting take because it brings me back to my original point was that just like a lot of us aren't discussing mistreating our women at home amongst each other, we also aren't talking about sending D pics to women. It's like that's not a discussion because for the most part, I think that most, I'm gonna say most because me being a male, I know that there's different types of men out here, and there's a certain type of man that I surround myself with because I'm not into certain things. So I know that everybody that I've met in my life that I've dealt with, that's not a conversation we have to where if they are putting their hands on their woman, then I don't know that in real time. Because like I said, we just don't, it's never been cool to be like, yeah, I beat up my chick today or I sent a random creepy DM. Like, who's like...
It's embarrassing. They would never admit it.
Right.
They would have to be caught red-handed in order for somebody to actually believe that it happened.
So how can we check somebody for something that is not being discussed? Now, if we catch them, it's different. Just like you just said, if we find out about it, it's like, oh, I don't like the way you're moving. But random DMs, like me and my business partner, we have discussions about that all the time, and I make fun of him because just in general, you know how guys talk crazy amongst each other, but it's like we don't know what was being sent behind closed doors. He's not showing me his DMs that he's sending out. I'm not showing him mine.
Right.
And I'm not a person who sends out DMs like that because of the nature of everything that's going on, Me Too and all of that stuff. You just never can be too sure. But I do think it's a problem, especially when it's unsolicited and you just have randoms. Like, what makes you think that that's going to work? Now, being a woman, does that work with some women?
Some women might like it. I mean, if I was thirsty, slut bag, sleep with anybody, looking for some put a night, I might hit up one of them dudes and say, hey, let's hook up. That's crazy, but there are people out there living like that, like living up by the seat of their pants, like they don't give a damn. People are really living. People are really using apps to hook up for a night.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So those pics, we're in a society where it's like that's so acceptable because there's apps that you can download and that's okay. Or you know what I'm saying? You got these OnlyFans, you got all this stuff and that. But the thing is, it's out there and you've made a choice to go entertain that. But to solicit something is where it becomes wrong. You know, because what if I have a young child and I don't lock my phone and my young child is nosy and going through my, you know, and stuff like that pops right up on your phone. Like my phone, if I get a message, if I don't if it when it happens right away, I'll see it. But if I don't answer it in a certain amount of time, it just goes away. But what if that was my young child and they just clicked on it and it was a picture of a man with his penis out? Like I get all them D pics. Some of the men be married too. Yeah. How dare you? You that bold? Are you that bold that you think that I wouldn't find out who your wife is and return the favor? Yeah. But they out there like that.
I got you. Mm-hmm. Top 5 R&B singers of all time.
R&B, male and female?
However you want to.
Ooh. Okay. Ooh, top 5? Okay. Aretha Franklin. For sure. She's like Bible. I sound like a Kardashian just now, didn't I? She's like Bible. Aretha Franklin is in my top 5. I have to say Mary. I mean, Mary J. Blige, just her songs, period. Like, they pretty much were like my blueprint. Like, I grew up to Mary. So Mary, Shaka Khan, she has her own voice, her own sound, like nobody can match her. Like, she sings notes that nobody even knows what the note is. So Shaka Khan. Who else? Marvin Gaye. Ooh, Marvin Gaye. 5th. This is hard. Dang, I don't know. Who's number 5?
This is your list.
Singers. Damn. It's really hard. Philip Bailey.
Okay, that's fine. All right, what's your favorite song to sing?
Oh God. Crazy by CeeLo.
CeeLo Green.
Mm-hmm. It's my favorite song to sing.
That's different. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who was your best friend growing up, and are you still friends today?
Ooh, as a child, my best friend. No, I didn't really have a best friend. I have friends, but not a best friend as a child. But from 18, my best friend was Dee Dee, Nicole Carruthers. She's my best friend then. She's my best friend now. But from 18 on up.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Gotcha. How do you feel about reparations?
I believe that they are due. I mean, I believe, like, when is it going to be set in motion? We've been waiting on reparations forever. Like, how many years have we been talking about reparations? Has it happened?
I've been alive, probably.
But have you seen it happen?
For other groups.
Right. Not for the Israelites. I feel like we're Israelites, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, no. I mean, I don't think we'll ever see it in our time. I don't think it'll ever happen. I'm not gonna say we need to move on, but I just feel like we just need to make better decisions. If we come together, if we come together as a culture, as a race, black people, if we could just come together, let's start there. But we just can't do that one thing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if we come together and we can start there, we can really change life as we know it, as a culture, as a race. But we can't do that one thing first. And I think that's the hold up with all of our lives. It's coming together. That's the one thing.
All right. Lastly, 50, 60, 70 years from now,
Ooh,
how would you like to be remembered?
I would like to be remembered in 50, 60, or 70 years from now as Shannon Howell, the singer and songwriter and motivational speaker from Indiana who had a very difficult childhood because of some choices that she made, but she overcame them. During that time and that process of overcoming, she raised two beautiful children, and they made such great things out of, they're great people. They love her. She was loved by so many people, her family, first and foremost, her grandchildren love her. She left an impact on everybody's lives that she touched in a positive way. She was known all over the world for her beautiful songs that she wrote. She was known all over the world for her kind heart and her goofball personality. Everybody knows that Shannon loved God, and God had to have favor on her to bring her from where she was to take her to where she went before she left this earth. That is a legend. That is someone to be remembered, and that is Shannon Howe.
All right, Shannon, thank you for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
No problem.